What's up, everybody? How's it going? Hope you're doing good. I gotta finish this email. I was writing an email. Sorry. What gets put on the bottom of? Because what we're working on. I had a question about it. I didn't want to forget about my question. Bottom of the tray. Or where is that die line? Thank you, Jackson. Fold, lick the stamp, and send. Awesome. Hello, everybody. It's Friday. Is it Friday? Yeah. It's Friday. We're here. We're gonna do a little something different today, just because I got to get it done. So we're gonna do it. Let me change this over to my screen. Boom. Okay. So this is a die line. Hello, Katie. Hello, Nate. This is a die line for a new book box. One of the things that I'm always trying to do is, take ideas, take people's ideas, take my ideas, take people's criticism, take people's praise and comments, all that kind of stuff, and try to keep making everything that we make better. And one of the things that I've been wanting to do is the book boxes that all the gilded decks come in. I've been wanting to make those more. What's the word to say? I've been wanting to make those more like realistic, in the sense that where it's not just a leather-like paper that's laminated onto the cardboard, and then we foil stamp the name. I've been wanting to make the outside more realistic, in the sense that it looks kind of similar to the way I did like the Robin Hood tuck case or the Beowulf tuck case, where it actually looks like a kind of a photorealistic-esque weathered book. And because of that, we've been having to kind of tweak, book box die lines, manufacturers, all that kind of stuff. And this is the next evolution of that. And so what I'm going to work on today, this is going to be the Federal 52. This is going to be what is this going to be? I can't remember. This is going to be the Federal 52. This might be the Federal 52 tuck case. This is more of just like a test, but sometimes when you do a test, you have to, make it kind of like you would a final product, just to make sure that it works right. So this is basically going to be like a full production run prototype type thing. Because I tried like a telescoping box prototype, and I should get that in the next few days for the Federal 52 series, and then I want to try this one, just because I want to make sure that it's right, and I want to see which one I like better. Okay, let's see here. The first thing we're going to do, so the idea is, I'll just sketch what my idea is. I mean, it's not really that complex. What it's going to be is, you're going to have the book box like my normal book boxes that I've made in the past. Oops. Okay. And so we're going to have a leather jacketed spine. Well, not a real leather. I mean, relax, people. A leather jacketed spine, and then we're going to have. This is similar to Robin Hood, where you have the leather jacketed corners, and then we're either gonna do like, oops, we'll either write, the name here on the side, but I can't spell, and at the same time write vertically. So that's pretty good though. Either write it on the spine like that, or what I'm thinking that we're going to do is do more like the Robin Hood and Beowulf, where we write it, right here. And then these are like those ribs. And these are just merely in the texture, not in the actual physical. And then we might do some designs here. I'll show you some reference photos. And then right here, we've got Federal 52 by Jackson Robinson, blah, blah, blah. These are obviously book pages. And then what I'd like to do with this series, is make like a cool tax stamp seal, very currency, that closes the book and goes around the book like this. And so the idea would be I make the initial design, and then that initial design then can be transferred for a green version, a orange version for gold certificate, and then a blue version for silver certificate. But then I'll make a different version for the white reserve note and the black reserve note. So I've got some fabric that fabric texture that I found that I like. It's kind of a linen fabric. I like it. We're going to kind of start with that as our base, but it doesn't need to be grayscale. CMYK, don't merge. Another reason why I'm working on this is because I didn't want to start that big index card panoramic image on a Friday and then not work on it until Monday, because that would just be torturous. Hope everybody had a good week. All right. All right, let's see. This is the outside. So this will be our spine right here. I'll just go ahead and I'll rough it in so we're all on the same page. So this is going to be our leather spine. This will be the back, the actual spine. We'll have our corner pieces here. Excuse me. We'll have Federal 52 here. We'll do some designs or something possibly here. And then we'll have Fiddle 52 by Jackson Robinson. And then we'll probably do the old King's Wild here. Sunglasses. Not really sunglasses, but actually probably put him down here. Down here like this, a little bit smaller. All right, sounds good. Okay. All right, so let me see here. Here's this leather that I love so much that I've used multiple times. This has been a staple. Grab me some of that. Get you some. Paste it right there. Take this all the way out to the bleed. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a shape. That's the distance I want this to be. Now I can take that shape over here, match it up with this line. Select it. Pull this selection in. Then I can Control J on the leather layer. Then now I've got it matched up. All right. Let's take, excuse me, let's take this. And make our, so we'll start about right there. Go to 45-degree angle. There. Go straight up. Make me a black shape just so I can have it as a selection. I'm going to duplicate that shape. I'm going to flip it vertically. That was not the way I wanted to flip it. Oh yeah, I forgot my picture is, I've rotated my picture 180 degrees. Nate, Photoshop pro tip, if you hold down R, and then you can rotate your image like this to help you get a better angle at, like, if you're using a tablet. Wink, wink. What happened here? What is this? Okay, it's just a... So I'm going to take these two, select them. Then I'm going to go back to this leather layer and hit Control J to duplicate out of that selection. Then I've got my little corner pieces. Take those, duplicate them, edit, flip vertical. Bring those right there. All right. Now I'm going to put all these leather layers on the same layer. We're going to do a drop shadow to give them a little bit of thickness on top of, some faux thickness on top of the fabric. About just like that. Okay. Now we're going to go, I'm going to put a new layer on overlay. And I'm going to select a special brush that I have just for this very specific task that I don't ever use it for anything else but this one task. It's making edge marks on books. What I'm going to do now is just lightly go along the edge to give it kind of a bevel. And this will give it a little bit of a pop, a little bit of depth, and also give that leather like a thickness. Do the same thing here. I'm going to make my die line a lot less opaque. I'll bring it all the way down. Right about there. I'm going to go ahead and save. We're going to call this, I'm going to put this in Federal 52. The 2020 reprint. But it's not really a reprint. Anyway, it's the gold. This one right here. Fed 52 book box test 1. Okay. Now what we're going to do is the you can see here that this right here and right here, that's where the corners are. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to go in and we're going to paint a lighter area along the corners and the edges to simulate the kind of wear and tear that a book has on the edges. So we're just going to first do our initial edge here, and we're just going to continue all along that edge, even on the green. Make it a little bigger. And I don't want to hold down shift. I don't want it to be a straight ruler edge. I want it to kind of be irregular, because the wear and tear on something like this would be irregular. So this is the top edge. And what we'll want to do is we'll want to come back and then do it as well on the other side of that line, the die line, because that's what's going to wrap around the edge of the chipboard or the cardboard that's inside. And so we want that edge to also be warm, because that's the way a real book would be. I probably could have done it in one pass, but I usually like doing it like this. And I'll come back and I'll make that second pass. I can use my straight edge there, and it goes a little bit quicker. Now, I'm going to do the same on this corner, just really lightly. Don't want to be too heavy-handed with it just yet. Now I'm going to come back, and this would be like, I'm going to turn off my die line. And so this would be like the actual edge of the book. Okay, turn my die line back on, save. Should put some music on. And I guess it doesn't have to be all fantasy today. Let's see. Let's find some. Let's go moods. Let's do genres. Let's go beats. I hope it's not too hip-hop-y. Let's go mysterious. Oh, yeah. Let's try this. All right. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is just round. I'm gonna round the corners a little bit on this wear pattern. Oh, there we go. Just gonna vary up this edge and round the corner like this, because I got to think about the way a book would wear. That's kind of what I'm going for. Go. Now it's really going to get a lot of wear on the corners, so we can really emphasize that. It's really going to bleach that leather. Yes, it's all about the hotkeys, my friend Nate. Shift does makes you a nice little straight line. Yeah, hold down shift and it'll give you a straight line. The R, hold down the R button will rotate your screen. Those are some of the two hotkeys I use the most. We'll do a coffee stain on this one. Why not? Let's do a coffee stain on this one. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is go back with another. Let's see here. I'm gonna go back with another layer and just do some like I call them hero scratches, but it's just actually just me like painting in scratches and stuff into the texture. Give a little life. And I put this one on a different layer because when I do like the gold certificate and the silver certificate, I'm going to want to do different scratches so it doesn't look like I'm completely lazy and I just repurpose the artwork. I want to try to fake it and reuse the artwork, but make you think I didn't reuse the artwork. Right. Okay. All right, let's put Nate's coffee stain in there. coffee stain. Those are nice. Like that one. Let's go. Textures. How do I spell textures? There it is. Open with Photoshop. Okay, let's do a simple one. We don't want to be too crazy about it. Let's go. Let's do. Let me pull them off the background first. Okay, Nate, you ready for your next? Are you ready for your next mind-blowing Photoshop tutorial, Nate? Here we go. So if I have something like this that's on a white background, let me turn that. If I have something like this on a white back, we may or may not use this. I don't know. Don't worry about it. But we are getting the new coffee bags pretty soon, just letting you know. So we're definitely going to be starting to have the new coffee in the subscription soon. So if you ever want to pull something off the background, like these coffee stains, I mean, you could do it a few ways. Like if I wanted to use this, I could take a coffee stain pretty simply. I could grab it. I could copy it. I could bring it back and just paste it with the white. And then put it on multiply, and then you would get rid of the white. And the way multiply works is if the computer assigns a value to the computer assigns a numeric value to the actual value of a color. So like what I mean by that is, so if you've got a value scale from dark to light, so basic, so if you have a value scale of dark to light, it's going to put a value on white, say like at 0, middle gray like at 5, and then black at 10, and then everything in between. And the way that multiply works is it also does the same thing with color underneath. So if say this red, this red right here, let's say that has a value of, let's say that numerical value is 232, whatever. I don't know, I just made that up. And then if you've got another layer of the same design, so like if I have something on top, and let me make this background gray. Okay. And so like my background is gray. I'm just doing that for purposes. So say I have two of the same thing where I've got something, an image on a white background, and say it's a little line drawing. It's like this, whatever. Everything that's white has a value of 0, and everything that is black has a value of something greater than 0. And if I put that over this red and I put this layer on multiply, the reason why the white disappears is that any number multiplied by 0 is 0. And so that it tells the computer when it spits out the solution of it's 0 times the background, then it makes the white basically disappear. Now, that's one way to do it. That is let's say that's the prosumer way to do it. Now, if you want to know the pro way to do it, it's a few steps, but then you have a lot more control. But I do it this way because I'm a pro, man. I'm a pro. So what you do is, if you have something like this on a white background, this could be anything. What you want to do is you want to go image, duplicate the image, and have another one of them. And then what you're going to do is you're going to change the image mode. So image mode, and you're going to turn it to grayscale. And you don't care, and you can flatten it or don't flatten it, doesn't really matter. So what it's going to do is going to take all the color information out and give you a black and white image. Now what you can do is go to channels, window channels, and then instead of seeing CMYK or RGB or whatever, you're just going to see one channel that says gray. Now, mind-blowing hotkey. If there's any layer that's over here in your layer style or a channel, if you hold down Control and then click the layer thumbnail, it will automatically select that layer. So if you notice, when I clicked Control J of that thumbnail of that layer of that channel, it automatically selects everything in the gray channel. So what I'm gonna do now is I've got the gray channel selected. I'm gonna inverse the selection by going Control Shift I, and that inverses the selection. So now the only thing that's selected in my image is the gray and not the white. Now that I've got that selected, I'm going to hit Control J. And what Control J is a magical hotkey. It's basically hitting Control C and Control V at the same time. And it basically pulls from your back layer. It copies and pastes at the same time. You save a step. So now I've duplicated that selection, and now what I've got is I just have the coffee stains on a transparent background. So now what I can do is I can go in, grab that coffee stain that I wanted to use, copy it, come back, paste right there, and you can see that it's kind of grayish because I've only pulled the gray. Now what I can do is do that same trick where I go over to the thumbnail of the layer. I can hit Control and then click the thumbnail, and then it selects that gray area of the coffee stain. And then what I can do is I can ditch that gray one that I just pulled over, make a new layer, and pick whatever color I want. We'll just do like a dark brown for a coffee stain. And then to fill it, the hotkey to fill is Alt backspace. And then now I've got the coffee stain on its own like that. And then I can just put that on multiply so that it interacts with the background. And then I can adjust the opacity to whatever I want. But the great thing about this is it says I'm not having to worry about it being on a white background that's going to affect how it selects. Because now I can just hit control click on the thumbnail, and I can go back into that layer and not have to worry about that background. So there you go. There's your how to pull things off the background, which is a huge thing. So we'll just put this right here. Let's bring down the opacity. We'll probably not use this. We'll save this for the coffee deck. But that's how you do it. Okay. Okay. Let's get back to task. All right. I'm going to do some overall shading here. So I'm going to make a new layer. We're just going to do a little bit of a highlight mode. Just give me a nice feathery brush. I'm just going to lighten the area that's kind of close to where where it would get held by a hand more and get worn. Good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a multiply layer on the areas that are being wrapped underneath. Good. Control S. All right, let's put the spine ribs in here. Let me get some reference. Just antique book. Copy. I want to copy this. Do I have to go to the page? Oh, lame. Let's see here. Look at that. That's so cool. Why does this girl keep popping up? It's weird. Look at those. Those are nice. See, oh, look at this. Where'd it go? See, I hate that about Pinterest. I have this image right here, this really cool marbled edges. We're totally going to do that. Let me find it. God, look at these bugs. That's amazing. What is this? This looks cool. That's nice. This is a cool... I like how they just take the same photos from the from the same angle of all these beautiful books. This is awesome. Awesome feed right here. That's lame though. Let's go. Marbled book edges. Yeah, look at that. Come on. That's so cool. Look at that. That's awesome. We're going to do that. Copy image. Let's put that over here. Okay. All right. So we have, see these ribs right here? We're going to put those in here. So new layer, overlay. I'm just going to do one because they're all basically the same. Then I can just duplicate it. So I'm going to paint the top of the ridge. I'm going to blend it in with that kind of wear on the side. Now I'm going to draw a little bit higher valued ridge. So this is like the top of the ridge. The wear marks on the edge, or would get beat up the most. Now I'm going to go in, just make sure. I'm going to put these in a group. We'll go edge. Let's go spine. Rib. Make a new layer on multiply. Now I'm going to do yeah, this is the actual, this is, I'm reworking, I'm not really reworking it because I haven't done it yet, but this is the kind of possible new direction that I'm going on to develop the gilded book boxes to make them look more photorealistic, like some of the tuck cases. And this is the Federal 52 one for this month's gilded subscription. Don't get mad at me. Bring that down a little bit. All right. Okay. Now I can take that, duplicate it. Okay. We're actually going to take this top one. Going to move it up a little bit. Right there, and we're going to duplicate it again. bring it down right about there. Take this one. Okay. Now we want to do is we want to see how this has like this darker area. That's kind of how traditionally they would put the name on like a little darker area. So we're going to create a darker leather right here. So I'm just going to duplicate from that leather background. Control J. I'm going to round the edges a little bit. You know what? I think I'm going to do it different. No, we'll just, let me see here. Open. Let's go textures. Let's get a different kind of, like a dark gray leather. I think I've got one. Where did I put that? Let me just. Nope, this is just the gilded book box getting the do-over. But it's not really a do-over. It's because I haven't done it yet. All right, let's go iStock. Let's go like a gray leather. That's not how you spell leather. 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 Gray leather. There we go. That's nice. Maybe a new folder here. I don't know why I have I don't know. I have a folder called leather. Leather. Gray leather 1. So I'm gonna grab me some of this. Copy. Paste, ship it. Just kind of put that in here, in a little frame that I made. Okay, let's erase this scratch I got right here. It's kind of distracting. All right, I want to round the edges a little bit. I don't want it to be super sharp. Let's do the same thing with this. Let's put a drop shadow on it. don't want to put it right on the edge. Let's make a new layer on overlay. And we'll just paint like we did with the brown leather. Just a little bit of an edge. That. I don't like this song's annoying. Okay. All right, so there we go. Now I'm gonna make a new layer on multiply, and I'm just gonna put this tiny, it's kind of like tiny hairline, dark line, and it's just gonna be just to help give this some definition. All right, let's get some. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw these kind of like little foil lines. I'm just gonna put some of those in there. Draw me a square like these. Make a new layer. Let's just select yellow right now. I'm gonna go edit, stroke. We're gonna go inside. Let's try 5 pixels and see what that gives us. Nope, it's not near enough. Edit, stroke. We're gonna go 25. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. Let's go 30. Edit, stroke, 30. Perfect. Okay, make our brush 30 pixels. What I'm gonna do is just come in here. Let's Control S. Let's put a smaller line right here like this. What does it have on that leather? It's got a line on the leather. Put that in a little bit. Yep. Looks like it crashed on me here. Let's save it. Another pro tip, Nate. If you have your selection tool, if you make a selection, if you don't unclick and you got your little selection tool, if you hold down spacebar, you can then move that selection tool around the canvas and put it where you want. So like right now, I've got this square selection. I want to put it right up against this edge. Now I've let off my spacebar and it stays tight there now. So I can go in and delete. So hold down my space, get it lined up on one of the lines, and then get it lined up on the second line. All right, so in my head, what I like to do is if I'm going to put a foil line on these books, I'm trying to think, do I want to do it on the... I'm trying to think if that's going to be too small for them to foil stamp. That might be too small. I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways, because that's a really small line. I may need to just make this one. Yeah. That's not what I want to do, but they're not going to be able to foil stamp. Yeah, that'll work. All right, what I like to do is to give it that faux look like it's been pressed in there, I'm going to take this selection. I'm going to make that invisible for right now. I'm going to fill it with a brown color. Put that on multiply. Now I'm going to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. I'm going to blur that layer a little bit. So that gives me kind of like a little bit of a deboss. And then I can bring the opacity down. Now if I make that foil layer, I may want to make it bigger. Let's see, let me do this. You know, I really don't like... For some reason, I'm not feeling that. Let's do something different for right now. Let's just do it as if it was instead of a foiled design, it was like just a debossed design. So I'm going to go in here, do something similar. Because I can get away with a little bit more if I don't. I can get away with more artistic stuff if it's not foiled. Just because this is very, very small on this box. So let me just draw something here. What's up, Matthew? Let's leave a little bit of space on that edge to do like some kind of stitching or something. See this right here? See this book? Instead of a foil design, it's got like this pattern emboss or like this pattern deboss that looks like it was stamped in there. That's kind of what I'm thinking about, like doing a design in here that's kind of debossed. Let's do that. Let's make something. Let's go new. Sure, 5x5 is fine. Let's just make some kind of little floral thing. See what this is. I swear, this newest Illustrator update, they changed something that's super annoying. I do not like it. this at all. Let me see here. It's like a flower. Let's be like, why am I making it so hard on myself? Let's just do like a cool club or something and just draw it. Let's put it right in the middle. We'll do it live. You draw me a little box around this bad boy. Let's duplicate that and then blur it to give it kind of a debossed feel to it. Just a little bit. Let's bring down the opacity of that one. Now let's do an overlay. I don't want vocals. Okay, let's bring this. Where'd that go? Okay, let's bring the opacity of this down. Okay, let's grab all of those. Okay. Yeah. There's 4 sections, so I might as well do 4 suits. I can hear what you're saying. I know what you're saying. What did you do there, Jackson? You just flipped over. I see what you're doing. You're just going to make it a heart. What? That's cheating. Those aren't the same color. Let's see here. There we go. Go away. Oh my gosh, so annoying. It does that when I hold down shift too much. It doesn't like it. I don't want to go to those settings. I'm going to have to fix that later. Okay, let's do our stitching that I was talking about. This is kind of how I did Robin Hood, all that embroidery on Robin Hood, if you remember that. So I'm going to select me a stitch color, and we'll make it like a really light colored beige. And I'm just gonna scribble so I can get it set up. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a layer style drop shadow. So that'll give us a little bit of a depth like that. I'm also going to put a bevel and emboss on it to give it the depth of the string or the thread like that. Let's go from over here light source right there. Not too much. It's too much. Okay. Bring down the opacity a little bit. Okay, let's see. New texture. Scale. There we go. And bring the depth down. Okay, now I've got it set up. Now, wherever I draw, it draws a little stitch. So I'm going to just select all, delete. Now I can go in here. Actually, what I'm going to do first is when you stitch like that in leather, you got to have a deboss area where the thread is going to go down into the leather. So we're just going to make our little channel right here where the threading is going to go, the stitching. We're going to put it right in the middle. Just see, make sure that's in the middle. Okay, I'm going to blur the edges a little bit. Perfect. Oops, what happened? No, I do not want to crop. What the heck? Why is it popping back? I don't want to do that. All right. So now I'm going to do a highlight on the edge and put this stitching in a group too as well. So I'm going to do a highlight like we've been doing. That on overlay. Okay, now I can go back. Put my stitching right there in the middle. I don't want it to be perfectly straight. I want to make it look like it was handmade. made them too small. I was wondering why it was taking so long. There we go. Got a little bit of stitching there. Let's take that, duplicate it. Nice, nice, Griffin. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let's control save. Let's delete this. Let's add a little decorative design on this little spine piece, and then we'll do all the text. Let's turn on my symmetry. Where you at, symmetry, my friend? Vertical. Let's see if we can guess where the middle is. Let's see how close we got. It's pretty close. So let me go over this way just a little bit. Let's see where that's at. A little bit more. That'll probably do it. That's too much. One more. Perfect. Yes, I have seen that as well. We may do something like that. See you, Nate. Nice music here. Nice. Looks good. I like that. All right, let's take... Where is this at? That's it right there. Let's group it. Duplicate it. Rotate it around. Did I get everything? No. I need the outline. I need that. I need this. Oh, I've already got that over there. Yeah, it looks good. Alright. Let's do this leather title patch. Let's make a new layer, multiply. What that was. Now, I've already got, let me see here. I've already got the seals for these. I've already designed them. Where'd I put those? That's my template files. That's the wrong place. So I'm just going to put the seal in there just so I can see it. Federal 52. Silver. Is that it? Here it is. Okay. So let me take this. All right, let's take that. Copy. It's kind of like on beige lathe paper. It's a beige laid paper. I'm just going to put this in there just so I can see it. Paste. Let's go on the back. Right in there. Oops. Don't want to. Just put it right there for right now. I'll just put a drop shadow on it just because I can see it. Okay, what happened to this? What is this? What happened? Oh, I got duplicated or something? Oh, I know what happened. I had my symmetry on. Okay. Okay. I know what I want to do. I want to do it up here as well. Just because. Draw that anywhere close to being straight. I can't do symmetry right here because I got my canvas rotated at 45 degrees. So I just kind of have to eyeball it. Actually, I could do it. I could cheat and do it like this. Let me see here. See, that's why I can't do it. It won't let me select. But computer, you do not hold sway over me, and I will force my will upon you, whether you like it or not, computer, because you're just a machine. Okay, let me group all that. No. No. Okay. Man, dang it, I had my symmetry on again. nice. Very nice. Okay. Let's wrap this up. Okay. All right, sorry. I just keep seeing things that I need to do. I apologize. Be quiet. Okay. All right. So, Control S. I'm going to get me some more coffee right quick. Right back. Okay. So this is going to be pretty simple. We're going to do right here on the spine. Ship it. No, the cards are already. I already have cards finished and in my hands. It's the original artwork from the original the OG Federal 52, but I added gold, green, and silver foil. Where's that font that I wanted to use for this? There it is. Done. Okay. It's a pretty simple font. Because it's supposed to be pretty traditional. It's pretty close. I've got a currency font, but it's way, way too wide to ever do anything with. That one right there. But it's so wide you can't ever really do anything with it. Because it always ends up having to be so small. I mean, like, that's not even readable. Just find some good. It's a pretty good one. Just a nice traditional serif font. I like that. Let's see here. I like that one. Let's see here. It's nice and tall and skinny. That'll make it easier to read. It's actually a little bit too tall. No, that doesn't seem classy. I could always go with good old Trajan Pro. One of my favorite fonts. It's a lot. That's pretty good. That's the font that I used on the seal, so it might be nice to match them up. Okay. I have a gold foil in here already. All right, let me go open Dropbox. Texture. Foil. Um, I could do that. The only thing is in ever since I started doing Federal 52, I've always put Federal and 52 together. And also I'm going to put some lines and stuff below it. And highlight in the middle of this to make it feel curved. Just bring it back a little bit and then do a multiply. What do you mean, David? That's what we're doing. We're making the whole thing different than just the title. We're painting leather and canvas and scroll work. That's the big update that we're doing here. Turn this off right now. Pump these up to like 65. Let's go 75. This is the first. This is the first of the book boxes that I've done like this, where I've had a full CMYK printed texture on it. Crap, where'd I put that layer? Oh, there it is. What would you want me to put on it? Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Robin Hood, something else. Let's see here. Yeah, it's looking really good. I like that. All right, let me think. Just trying to think here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I see what you mean by the Celtic symbol, but in all reality, the entire front cover of the Beowulf is nothing but Celtic symbols. Let's see here. I want to put. Trying to think about if I want to see if I want to put this black leather on the front. I think I'm going to do that. I don't want to make this too foreign looking. I still want it to have a feeling of. I still want it to feel like it's American. Let me see here. Let's go back to that gray leather. Let's get us a swath of that. Let's line that up with that spine piece. Let's make it the same width. And then let's come across it like this. Yeah, that looks like it could be in a bank or something. Kind of what I want. All right, let's find this. Excuse me. Okay, let's get this the same. Let's round these edges a little bit. All right, let's do the same kind of treatment. Actually, we're going to do like a little border, and then we're going to put the stitching in there because it's got to be on there somehow. We might possibly add extra gilded slots in March, but honestly, my first priority is to get our new subscription system up and running by March. So we'll definitely have more slots because not everybody will make the transition over. Just because that's the way it goes. All right. How is this new system going? Are we close? I would say that we're about 50% there. I'm pretty locked into which one we're going to use. I was going with PayPal in the beginning, but PayPal doesn't really, the PayPal subscription thing doesn't really calculate shipping and that kind of thing, so it kind of made everything kind of hard. But we found one that seems like it's going to work, and I actually have about 2 Zoom call meetings in the next 2 days with them to get everything set up. But it looks like it's going to work good. And the good thing is it'll be kind of separate from our website instead of a third-party app in Shopify, which is one of the big reasons what it's been causing the problems in the past. But the good news is that'll allow us to use PayPal, to offer PayPal, Google Pay, Apple Pay, and stuff like that on our website. So it's going to free us up to do a lot of different things, because we lose a lot of business because we don't offer PayPal and like other forms of payment. And that's all because of our current subscription system and its limitations. I think I made a stitching brush once. Did I? No, I thought I did. Pretty easy, though. Yeah, but I'm just ready for all the subscription stuff to be done. All the subscription problems we've been having. I mean, honestly, I'd rather just end it. I would rather end the subscription than keep having the problems that we're having and just release the decks. But I'm not going to do that. I don't think, at least not yet. I haven't flipped any tables in frustration just yet. See you, Matthew. Yes, for sure. Existing subscribers, we will try to make it. We will try to make so many annoying reminder videos to people because uh, I mean, humans are humans, and it's hard to communicate some stuff like that when there's change. So we're going to do our best to really over communicate it. Okay. Where's that at? Federal 52. We make a playing cards at Federal 52. Did I delete it? Okay, I guess I did. Yeah, we'll probably end up ordering extra book boxes just because we've had some we've just been short too many times in the past ordering just enough. But we never just ordered just enough. But we're going to order more for like special editions and stuff. Kind of like we did with the Robin Hood, the Sherwood edition, or whatever we called it. Was that foil layer? Uh, my, well, I guess it depends. It really depends on what exactly I'm doing. If I'm just printing a straight up tuck box, it depends on what kind of tuck box it is. Like if it's a letterpress tuck box where the design is not like this can't be letterpress because it's like full color and what is it? This is full color CMYK, so it can't really be letterpressed. But if I'm letterpressing, definitely Clove Street Press. My favorite. And then, Expert does a great job with these types, like my Robinhood tuck cases and everything. However, but they're not as easy to work with and efficient for the book boxes. And honestly, who I've had the most success, and when I say success, I mean getting what I want the way I want it and in a timely manner. The company that I've had the most success with the boxes has been Make Playing Cards. So like the match boxes from the Tigers, I printed those at MPC, and that's what this is. This is not one of their standard boxes. They custom designed this one for me, and because before I was printing the book boxes with EPCC, and I wanted to be able to do some other stuff that we just really couldn't do, but I know that MPC can do it, so that's what we're doing, and so I'm super excited about it because he's going to be really nice. I'm just putting a little. What's up, Paul? Yeah, the subscriptions have definitely brought with them their own set of issues. I mean, sure, it would be great just to just not do them and sell on the website. But there's something about the subscriptions that, I mean, I like them because nobody else is doing them. Nobody else is doing a subscription, a thematic subscription thing every month. So it's kind of one of those, a little bit of a competitive edge type thing. Yeah, MPC. MPC is, I have never, everything that I've done with MPC is I've been pleased with. And their new beta playing card finish is really nice. The subscriptions are definitely a lot of work, though. I think the hardest part about the subscriptions is not so much the work, because I love drawing. The hardest part about the subscriptions is just keeping everything that we don't have control of, like production. Once it leaves and it goes into productions, the hardest part is just keeping all the stuff that we don't have control of in line so that we can make our monthly deadlines. That's really the hardest part. Yeah, the Gilded decks are just a kind of their own little monster in the sense that we can't send them off to be gilded until we actually get the cards. And we're always kind of getting the cards in the nick of time. We were getting ahead last year, but the COVID just threw a wrench in all of that. I mean, we've been trying to get ahead with the gilded so much, even to the point of, we're looking into buying our own gilding machine so that we can at least do that kind of stuff in house. Go back and add some more white to this so it matches a little bit better. What time is it? I gotta watch my time here. Gilding is foil leaf. Painted edges are something different. Okay, really liking that. Looking real good. Looking real good. All right, let's put the old Kingswald logo on it. Let's do by Jackson Robinson, because you got to know who did it, right? By Jackson. I misspelled it, but I can't see it. Oops. All right, let's migrate over here for just right now. I love these marbled. I love these marbled book edges. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our book pages. Got those in the Robinhood file. Where'd I put those? King's Wild Shorts. Robinhood. Let's go. Tuck case, is this it? See, Paul. Paul and I grew up together. He lives like right around the street from me. Mm-hmm. Yep. I love hand making paper like that. It's fun as some marbled paper. That's nice. I like that. I'll have to change the color, but that's nice. Let's go ahead and save that. Or get that one. Let's go. Federal 52. What is this? Federal 52. Reprint. Marbled. Well, I need to put this in my textures folder, because I may want to use it later. Texture. We'll go marbled paper. Marbled paper 1. I love these streak ones as well. They're sweet. That's nice. Ooh, those are nice. That's nice. Oh, that one's cool. Let's do that one too. Okay, marbled paper 2. All right, let's try those. Let's open that up. Let's go. All right, let's change it, the hue, to like a green theme. Well, the yeah, well, that's one thing I love about MPC is their production time is so short that I could turn this in and I could have these back. I could have these finished book boxes back before I have the gilded decks back. Let's desaturate it just a little bit. Okay, let's go Control A, Control C. Now, put this over here so I can see it. Paste. Put on top. Okay, turn this around. Scale it up. Let's try multiply first. It's pretty good. Let's try soft light. Nope. Hard light. That's pretty good. That's not bad. That's actually the best. Okay. Liking what I see. Let's bring it over here. Okay, I need to try to make it to where I can match these up. How am I going to do that? All right, so what I'll need to do is I will need to, so that these patterns match up when they put them together. Yeah, the book boxes MPC is, they're very consistent and quick. And with the subscriptions, that's so important. All right, so I'm going to mask this. Okay. Now I'm going to duplicate. All right, how am I going to do this? I'm going to duplicate it, and then I'm going to pull this over, stop it right there at the edge. All right, I gotta think about this again. Okay. What I need to do is make a little guide. Let's do it this way. Delete. Let's take my die line. Take this area. Duplicate it. And we're gonna attach that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to flip it, I'm going to erase this edge just so we don't have a butterfly effect. I'm going to erase it randomly here. Okay. I'm going to merge that. Okay, so I've got that one. Now I'm going to take this, pull it over here, do the same thing, erase the edge, merge that. Okay. Now I've got my guideline right here, so I'm going to select both of them. I'm going to pull it down. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. And then my guideline that's right in here, I don't know if you can see it. It's this right here. I'm going to match that up with this edge of the side piece. And then that will ensure that when they meet up on those corners that they'll be the same pattern. Okay. Duplicate those again. I got plenty of it, don't I? Okay. I can delete these guides now because I don't need them anymore. And now what I can do is turn off these and just clean it up by I think we're safe with that bottom one, but I better be extra sure. I'm going to put, I don't want to do this. Maybe I need to do this differently. Okay, got that one. Got that one. file is too big now to save as a regular Photoshop file. There we go. Let me save this as a large format. Save, save. All right, so now what I'm going to do, you have to think about this. This is going to be the pages, and the pages would have a cast shadow from the cover. As you can see, like right here, you got this kind of dark area right here, and then it kind of gets darker towards the edges. We're going to kind of simulate that right here. So what I want to do is I want to select and make sure I mask this off so I don't overspray it. Right about there is good. I'm just going to make a new layer on top. I'm just going to use a regular brush with a feathered edge, and we're going to select a green, a little bit darker green on multiply. Just make it really big. I'm just going to hit it just like this. Bring it down. Actually, I want to do, I don't want to, let me desaturate this green a little bit. Let's go like right there. Yeah, that's more of a shadow. And the same thing up here. And so that'll give that area kind of a curve to it. Do the same thing here. Okay. There we go. It's subtle, but it will be beneficial. Look at this. It won't be printed, but look at this. I see a frog face right here. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. One more layer up. And just make it a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller and a little bit darker. Why is that? I want, okay. Let's go darker. And this shadow that I'm putting in now will make it look like it's going right up under that book cover. Once the top of the book, the box is on it, it'll give it that more of a three-dimensional feel. Not sure what we're going to do with this bottom part yet. Okay. Now this area is the inside of the flap. So you open the box up. And so this is going to be the same pattern as this, as that green marbled paper. So, and we'll put some like title page or something on it. I wish that I would have saved that, but I did not. Oh, I know why. Because it's got that paper texture underneath it. I see. So what I need to do is pick an average color of this. Fill this with that average color. That's not the average color. Then pull my over the top of it like that. Okay. Copy. Paste. What do we end up doing? We used hard light. I scaled it up a little bit. Okay. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to put like a little title page on the inside of the book cover. Let me just get this centered up. I have to go. I have to go, actually. Yes, I'm going to be late. Anyways, all right. So, very pleased with this. Really pleased with how this is turning out. But I've got to go because I'm going to be late for an appointment. Hope you guys have a great week. And I will see you on the flip side on Monday. I hope you have a great weekend. Be safe. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Have a great day. See you.